Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? So, my friend called me a while ago because I've been feeling a little bit under the weather. And my friend was like, Hey, are you okay? I was like, Yeah, I'm okay. And then he asked some other questions. But when he said, Are you okay? I was like, Oh no, I need to start filming the second episode. Remember, he said, Are you okay? So, I was like, Oh, I need to start working. So, I need to start working right now. But what about you guys? Are you okay? We'll see you later. Welcome to my cooking show. We're on episode 2 and we're going to a different country. Which country? I'll give you a clue. Clue number 1. Cha-ching! Clue number 2. Cha-ching! I'll give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Cha-ching! Clue number 3. We have this. Cha-ching! Clue number 4. It smells good. What's this? Cha-ching! And clue number 5, what do I have right behind me? That's right, we are going to the United Kingdom. So, what are we going to cook today? What British dish is on the plate for today's episode? The answer can be found on the map of the London Underground. Let's find out. Is it something to do with Waterloo? Waterloo, I was defeated, you won the war. Nope. Is it something to do with Piccadilly Circus? There's no song that is about Piccadilly Circus, so I cannot sing it for you. Is it something to do with Old Street? Nope. What about Angel? Nope. The answer is Mornington Crescent. It has something to do with either morning or crescent. Which one do you think it is? Well, the answer is morning. Today, we're going to make a full English breakfast. Are you excited? I am too, so let's start cooking! To understand how to cook a full English breakfast better, let us quickly learn more about the United Kingdom. Here's a postcard showing us the flag, some basic information, and the location of the United Kingdom on a map. Finally, continue reading to find out why the United Kingdom is such a mysterious country. First, for the list of ingredients, you'll need 1 tomato, 4 mushrooms, an egg, some butter, baked beans, British sausage, bacon, salt and pepper. Please note that the list of ingredients here will yield 1 serving for 1 person. So, if you're cooking for 2 people, just double the amount of everything on the list. Before we start cooking, let's talk about the different types of bacon and the different types of British sausages. Now let's talk about bacon first. There are 2 major types of bacon. First, we have streaky bacon, and it's popular in the United States, and it comes from the belly of the pig, so it's higher in fat and it's crispy when cooked. Popular in the UK and Canada, back bacon comes from the back of the pig, and it's relatively low in fat and is more chewy. From the United Kingdom, let's travel a bit to Italy, and here we introduce pancetta, which is a specific type of back bacon, and instead of smoking it to preserve the meat, they salt cure it, so you can actually eat it raw. Now let's talk about British sausages. Well, first of all, a good British sausage should be 70% meat made out of pork, or there are times when it's made out of beef as well. And sometimes you've got the best of both worlds by combining beef and pork. Now, what about the other 30%? Well, it's a combination of breadcrumbs, herbs, and finally, seasonings. And it is because of these herbs and seasonings that there are many types of British sausages. And we will introduce 5 types today. In the north, there's a Cumberland variety. Then we have the Gloucester, then Manchester, Yorkshire, and finally, Oxford. The Cumberland type is a very meaty and chunky sausage, and it's very peppery. And the Yorkshire variety, well, it comes with cayenne pepper and nutmeg, so it's also very peppery, but it's also nutty in flavor. What makes a Manchester type unique? Well, they add cloves and ginger, so it's got a different flavor profile. Sausage makers in Gloucester put a lot of sage in their sausages, so it has a mint and eucalyptus flavor. And finally, we have the Oxford type, and Oxford sausages come with a lemon flavor profile. Okay, so let's start cooking. First, put some butter in a heated pan. So you wait for the butter to melt, okay? And then you put the mushrooms into the pan. Make sure that the mushrooms are cut into 4 pieces per mushroom. And then you mix it with a spatula. Make sure it doesn't burn, so you just mix and mix and mix and mix. So now in another pan, you put in the sausage and the tomatoes. For the tomatoes, it depends on how thick you want them to be. My suggestion is for each tomato, slice them into 3 parts. Okay, now, while you're waiting for the tomato to cook, you put in some more oil into the pan with mushrooms, and then you stir it with the spatula. And then, you season it with salt and pepper. The important thing is, you make sure that the mushrooms are slightly brown or sort of brown before you add the salt and pepper. That is very, very important. Now, if you want the sausage to cook faster, you can make incisions or slices. Please make sure that you do not cut all the way through. Now, why do people in England call sausage bangers? Well, here's the answer. So here's a bit of history lesson. Now you remove the tomato, and then you put the egg, the sausage, and the mushrooms together. Before you put the egg, make sure you put some oil. Alright, so now the 3 things are being cooked in the same pan. Now, the egg will turn from translucent or very clear to white really quickly. If you look at the yolk, it will be the same. So later, you do not want the yolk to be fully cooked. Well, of course, it depends on your preference. If you like fully cooked yolk, then you can do that too. But most people like yolk that is runny. Okay, now in the middle of the pan, you can put the bacon. So now there are 4 things in the pan together. The bacon, you put it last because it is thinly sliced, so it cooks very, very, very quickly. So make sure it doesn't brown, and you wait for a moment. Okay, now in another pan, you pour in the baked beans, and from high heat, you turn it down to low heat so that the beans don't burn. Now, it will take around 2 to 3 minutes to cook the beans. Now, while the beans are cooking, you cover the pan with a lid or a glass cover. Now, you look at the heat. Make sure you turn it down to low heat for both sides. Now, after a few minutes, the beans will begin to boil. When that happens, you can give the pan a shake and a shake and a shake. Now, because the bacon is thinly sliced, it cooks really fast. So make sure you take it out and put it on a plate before anything else. Now, after 2 or 3 minutes, the beans will be ready. They will be fully cooked. Make sure the beans are soft. Now you put the beans next to the tomatoes on the plate. So now on the plate there are 3 things. 1 tomato, 2 bacon, 3 the beans. Now comes the sausage. And here comes the egg. After the egg come the mushrooms. It's interesting, right? Because the mushrooms were the first things we cooked, and now it's the last thing we're going to put on the plate. So you put the mushrooms carefully on the plate, and if you look at the egg yolk is still kind of runny, and that is what we want. We don't want the egg to be fully cooked. And here you are, a full English breakfast with 6 components or parts. Usually we have a 7th part or a 7th component, and that is the toast. All right, let's welcome Mr. Stephen Lin, our special guest for today.
Hello.
Hi, Mr. Lin.
Hi.
And you used to live in the UK, right?
Yes.
How long did you live there for?
8 years.
And did you used to live in London?
A little bit. 2 months.
Oh, for 2 months.
Yeah.
And you spent majority of the time in which city or cities?
In Sheffield and Newcastle.
Okay. And let's talk about English breakfast.
Yes.
So, did you used to eat it a lot?
Not a lot.
How often did you use it to?
Once a month.
Okay, just once a month, right? So now let's talk about today's English breakfast in particular.
Yes.
How did you find it?
It was okay. Acceptable.
Acceptable, 1 to 10. Give it a rating.
3 to 4.
3 to 4?
Yes.
Okay, so why? Was it too salty, too sweet, or what?
Not greasy enough.
Not greasy enough.
Yes.
Okay. And usually we have it with toast, right?
Yeah, the toast will come with it, yes. And also black pudding.
And black pudding. And how did our English breakfast taste without the toast?
Without black pudding, it's okay because I don't actually like it. And without toast, it's just less good.
Okay. Can you tell us 3 or 4 things about the United Kingdom that most people don't know about?
Yeah, it's the food is actually okay. I like the food. It doesn't actually rain that much. It's okay. And the weather is decent. It's not that bad. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. And last question is, what do you? A lot of people confuse Great Britain, the United Kingdom, and England. So, what's England?
England is part of the UK, part of the United Kingdom. So England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland.
Okay.
Together, they make up the United Kingdom.
So the United Kingdom has 4 parts.
Yes.
What about Great Britain?
Great Britain is actually a landmass. So it's the larger island of the British Isles. So on that island you have Scotland, England, and Wales.
So it's made up of 3 parts.
Yes, you could say that. But then when people say Great Britain, they normally mean just like Britain. It's just they're referring to the UK.
Okay, great. Thank you very much for answering the questions. In case you need it, here is a written recipe for a full English breakfast. Feel free to share in the comments how yours turned out. Maybe it turned out better than ours. I know, during this pandemic, it's difficult and dangerous to travel abroad. Fortunately, we can taste a bit of the United Kingdom right in the comfort of our own home. If you enjoy my content, please like and subscribe to get weekly video recipes. Anyway, enough talking. Here is a written recipe. Today you will be working on TOEIC Part 2. Directions. You will hear a question or statement and 3 responses spoken in English. They will not be printed in your test book and will be spoken only one time. Select the best response to the question or statement and mark the letter A, B, or C on your answer sheet. Number 1. If you could open your own accounting firm, how would you set yourself apart from the other accounting firms or companies? A. I would set myself apart from the other companies. B. I will provide my workers with more time for vacation. C. I'd probably ask my workers to work overtime less often. Hey, can you tell me where you put the spatula? A. Yes, I should tell you. B. It's in the top drawer next to the oven. C. There are 3 spatulas in the kitchen. Number 3. Why do people in the UK call sausages bangers? A. Not sure. You can check Google. B. I don't know if it is okay to buy some sausages. C. No, there aren't any bangers in sausages. The list of ingredients here will yield 1 serving for 1 person. A. That's a reservation for 1 person, 6 o'clock, non-smoking area in the restaurant. B. Guess I will have to buy twice as many ingredients since there's the 2 of us. C. Only 1 person needs to buy or purchase the ingredients? Question number 5. How will I know if the egg has been cooked? A. If it is not translucent, it is cooked. B. Maybe the egg needs 5 more minutes. C. It's important and safe to fully cook eggs. So today, you will be working on the second part of the reading TOEIC test. Here are the directions. Read the text that follow. A word, phrase, or sentence is missing in parts of each text. 4 answer choices for each question are given below the text. Select the best answer to complete the text. Then mark the letter A, B, C, or D on your answer sheet. Numbers 1 to 5. Six to 10. Here's the answer key for numbers 1 to 5 of the listening TOEIC test question and answer portion. Here's the answer key and explanation for the reading section, numbers 1 to 5. Here's the answer key and explanation for the reading section, numbers 6 to 10. And here is some bonus content for everyone.